Welcome back to 95 Connected, a Baltimore, Maryland sports podcast. It's Pat and Josh back. Obviously, you can hear me. Yeah. Couple things we want to cover today. Obviously, the Orioles, fresh off of an absolutely demoralizing sweep in New York. We'll touch on that. A little bit on the Ravens post rookie minicamp. But Josh wanted to start with an interesting question first. So hit me with it. Hit us with it. Let's just get right into it.
Damn right. Okay. So if you were a commissioner for a day, and let's just say in this made up world, you are the commissioner of all the sports teams, and you have one rule, or it could be two rules or three rules, whatever you want. What is the first couple things you would do? And there's no voting. The owners have to get in line and agree to it. The players have to agree. This is you. It is you ruling with a goddamn hammer. What do you
Iron
do?
fist.
Iron fist.
When you
Fister.
say unions don't matter, right? Players unions, referee
You
unions, umpire unions, nothing matters. I am
you
dictator.
yep, you write an executive order and everybody has to follow in line.
Okay, my first executive order is going to be applicable to all sports, but especially baseball and football. And the NBA. It's just applicable to all sports. Umpires and referees, etc., need to perform to a certain level or else they are gone. So, for example, CB Buckner has not, at least in the games that I've seen, has not won his battle versus ABS. People challenge and they win. So he gone.
He gone.
Go to
Get
the
him out.
minors, get him out, whatever. And that applies to the NFL. If you are a crew that seems to favor certain teams or miss a certain set of calls more often, you either get fewer games or you're gone and you don't get playoffs. Those types of things. So that's my number one. That's the first thing is in every sport, umpires need to be able and referees need to be able to be held accountable for poor performance, just like players, just like coaches. Okay. I have one more that's a little bit more specific. And I've had this debate with other friends as well. It's two things, both in soccer, which is apropos considering the World Cup is coming up. Number one, offside rule. It's they look too much at it. I don't know how much we've watched like the Premier League where the guy, oh my
There's a
God,
pinky that was over the
his
line.
pinky was off. It
Yeah.
was ahead of his big toe, therefore he's offside. No. So my new line that I'm making is that if any part of the defender's body is holding any part of the offensive player's body onside, they're onside. That's number one. Just make that line. Is there any overlap at all? Draw that line. Boom. Offside, onside. Easy
You did it.
peasy. Second thing, handballs. Elbow down. If it touches your hand, it's a handball. I don't care if your hands are behind your back. No, let me back up. If your hands are behind your back, that's different. Or if they're way down at your sides. But if your hands are loose, even if it's a natural body motion, if that ball hits from elbow to fingertips, handball. Sorry, that's the rule. It's called a handball. All right, those are my things. Your turn.
Okay. All right. I've been thinking about this forever. And I always go back to Chicago as the perfect example. But there's only one professional team per sport allowed in one city. And I would even be open to proximity in states like California and Texas, where the second sports team can't be, 30 miles away. It's got to be over 100 miles away. So LA, you got to decide between the Angels and the Dodgers, the Clippers and the Lakers, the Chargers and the Rams, oh my God, the Kings and the Ducks. You get one. All right. Okay. First off,
LAFC and Galaxy. There's another one.
right.
Yeah.
LA, guys, okay, you all aren't going to the games. So You don't need two teams. All right. I don't care. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, you don't need any football teams to be that you lost them multiple times, then you got them back.
Right. It's
Yep.
stupid.
Okay, I'm in. Done.
Yeah. And I
New
always go
York,
to
New York, New York. No, screw them. Screw
yeah,
them. Yep. Okay, I'm
yeah.
in. Move
Bills,
the Mets.
Giants, Jets. You don't need well, you can pick between the Jets and the Giants, and the Bills can stay because
It's a different. It's a different
it's
city.
different.
It's a different
Different
city.
city.
Yep.
Yep. I'm tired of it. They say grow the game, and then it's like, oh well, Charlotte, that's a good area. No, we can't have that. Oh, Nashville can't do that. I would even step one step further. DC, you lose it. You do not get a sports team.
No
I,
DC sports.
no DC sports. I don't give a shit. Get them out. Fuck them. Number two, this is an easy one, and it should have been done decades ago. But microchips or laser technology should be used in every game. So football, you should be using lasers to see if that's a real first down, and it shouldn't take 500 years to say, "Oh yeah, I don't know. We're gonna have to measure with goddamn old people." They're using it this year now. I get it, but baseball should have lasers and technology to say, "Oh, that foul ball in 2012 definitely hit the pole because of the technology. We can see the vibrations off of the foul pole definitely confirmed it." Or, oh, it went over the foul pole or over the field goal pole. How will we know if it went through the uprights or not? I don't know. Lasers.
Right. Embrace the technology.
Yeah, I'm so
Be-
fucking tired of it.
yeah, because I mean, just look at ABS. How quick that is.
And it's
Right. It's
electric.
and you're saving arguments from managers, right? Now the arguments from managers are basically saying, well, I only have two chances to argue this, so I'm going to yell at you if I feel like you're getting these wrong because I'm going to have to waste time on this potentially.
Yep.
Um, I mean, I'm in as long. Well, okay, I'm going to back up. I'm going to add another one. One more. This definitely more so applies to football and less so baseball, but it does apply to baseball and like stolen bases and those types of things. When it comes to reviewing plays, from the time you as a referee, you put on your headset and you look at the screen, you have 30 seconds to make a decision
Agreed. 100%.
on the play. Now I
Uh-huh.
understand that there's going to be clock things. Okay, I would say we're saying this is now a dead ball. Okay, you're going to take another set of time to do that. But that should not take that long. 30 seconds. If you can't overturn the call within 30 seconds, you can't overturn the call. Done. Because
Yep.
we see it on the jumbotrons all the time. All the fans look at it. At 70,000 people know that's a catch. That's not a catch. Whatever. That's when you have to decide. So we can move on with our lives. But it will never happen for two reasons. One, because Roger Goodell is a jerk. Number two is because they savor that time to get more commercials in. Those are the reasons. We
100%.
we know, but that you have to do that. So
The
yeah.
last thing that the owners have too much power. They make $1 billion in profit every year. They hide in their little ivory towers, and then they
Mm-hmm.
get all the tax breaks in the world because
Mm-hmm.
you know they don't they're the ones that are getting treated unfairly, not everybody else. It's
Right.
power to the billionaires. Each year, if you are receiving any tax breaks from the city, the owners are required to do press conferences with the public, and every 5 years the public has gets to vote and see if the owner is doing enough to stay owner of that team. If not, you're forced to sell the team and you're banned from owning any other sports team ever. Because the Oakland A's owner, that dude, since his dad died and he took over, he hasn't done shit. I mean, Peter Angelos at least spent money, not the best way to spend money, but he at least spent money. And then his son was like, no, we're not doing that. So yeah, tired of it. Tired of
I'm
it
in.
all.
And let's enact that one first, and let's start with David Rubenstein. And that is going to throw us into the nitty-gritty of today,
Goddamn.
the Orioles. I've been well, let me put a little plug in here to those listening. We've recently created a YouTube. Eventually, this could become a video thing because that seems to be the cool thing, but we'll see about that. Uh, and I have also created, yeah, I even use the proper term, an X account. I've created an X account. So if you're out there, search up 95 Connected X. I haven't really posted anything yet. I'm just liking things and, trying to get politics out of my For You timeline. It's working pretty well.
Look at you.
Just give us a follow. I have been doing a lot of stuff with the Hurricanes lately because it's playoff time, but that's not going to be the niche. We'll get there. So drop us a follow on YouTube and X and Apple and Spotify. Those are the places where you can find us. Great. Now that I've done that, I have spent way too much time on this stupid app in the last week, but I'm learning a lot. And just the stats that are rolling in on this team are painful,
Abysmal.
abysmal. We thought following that beatdown of Houston on that Thursday, Friday, whatever day it was, this is it. This is the turning point. They haven't won a game since. They've been blown out 3 times,
4 times.
4 times. There has been no silver lining in any of those. Not one. The pen is horrible. I mean, Trey Gibson did fine against the Yankees. He gave up
Re-
3 runs. That's fine.
Rico is a dog.
Rico, he's it, but he doesn't get a lot of chances because they're losing.
And Cano is so far shown that maybe he's figured out his pitching mechanics. And we say that every year. And
Because
then
he's not under pressure.
yeah,
He's
that's
not
it.
a pressure guy. We've seen that. He's not a pressure guy. And they're losing. So he has no pressure. So he's pitching well. But just to run down the list, because the last time we talked about the Orioles, we got mad to try to turn them around. Let's just go down those lists. We talked a lot of smack about Sammy Basayo. He's figuring it out. I'm liking what I'm seeing from him. Now not liking that they're pulling him out of the lineup every other day.
That is weird. Yeah, he's simplified his swing, and I think the Craig Albernes basically said he's going with the pitches, and that's what he needs to do every day, and that's what it's been working. I mean, the first 3 weeks, all he wanted to do, and every other player should be watching what he's doing. He wanted to hit the ball through the warehouse, and it's not working. So,
Yep.
Manny,
Ryan Ripken posted a video where he showed the difference between a one strike approach and a two strike approach. I think it was a Braves player. I don't remember who, but the no strikes and one strike approach, he had this big leg kick, swinging hard, whatever. The two strike approach, no leg kick. It was just a step. He was choked up a little bit, and it was a short swing, and he poked it into right field. Like, he's figuring that out. Nobody else is.
Jorge
Jeremiah
Mateo,
Jackson is slumping, which, we kind of figured that would happen. Everybody slumps. Every hitter is going to slump at some point,
yes,
but he's slumping, which is no good. Alonso is starting to figure it out, but then he just goes and he has an 0 for 4 day, which again, that happens in baseball, but he's not quite living up to it yet. I still believe in him because I don't think he's as emotional as some of these other people. He's a professional. He's going to figure it out. Okay. We did good, bad, and ugly.
the ugly.
And we were teetering on our good friend Gunnar Henderson. Ugly, awful, horrible. He has no approach. He's struck out more than he's gotten on base. I think he's up to 50 strikeouts now.
I swear, I think somebody pointed out that he's on pace, and this was like 3 weeks ago before he went into a major slump. But it was like uh he was on pace for 60 home runs, but also like 250 strikeouts.
I believe it. Yeah, because he
Yeah,
was leading the league in homers for a couple days. Like, let's see, is he at 50? Where is he? He's at 49 strikeouts. He's batting 208. His OPS is 724. That's because of the home runs. And he is right now, for according to OPS Plus, he is playing as an average baseball player. His OPS Plus is 100. Not good enough. He's a rookie of the year. He's an MVP candidate. Everybody said this is the year. You know, he has that big home run in the WBC, but then he sits down all the time. I'll say it again. I think I said it on the last time. Mark DeRosa was right. He saw something. He saw something there and said, this guy doesn't have it. So he didn't play. And look where we are. I mean,
He,
it's insanity.
yeah, he's free swinging at literally everything. His batter's eye is god awful. I mean, the amount of times that this year that he's taken strike three and it's right down the middle. I think you said it last time where they're, or maybe I was talking to somebody else. They're guessing like on every pitch. They're not watching the ball go in. I don't know what the hell they're doing, but um, yeah, Gunner's swing is long and it's lopey. It's not compact. Like he can't even get around for a fastball. It drives me nuts.
Right, right. At that point, you almost got to think about basically right now they're at, well, he's Gunnar Henderson. He's going to figure it out. Well, it's time to start figuring out. It's May. It's May.
And I mean, so the last 365 days, Gunner has batted 261. His OPS is 782. I mean, 23 home runs, 82 RBIs, 57 strikeouts. And that's last year. He's not playing like a all-star MVP player, and I don't
Yeah.
know what the hell is going on.
He's playing for contracts, right? And I at the point where I don't think it's going to be here.
I don't think he's going to get as much as what the Orioles probably have been offering him, and I still believe that uh, Rubenstein gave him a very, very nice contract offer, and I think that was offered to him during this offseason, right around spring training, and that's all he thinks about is, if that's the number that I'm getting offered, during my rookie season, just imagine how much I could get as a free agent, and let me just hit 12,000 home runs.
Yeah. Well, I know somebody did say that when they signed Pete Alonso, that Adley, Gunner, and Holiday all reached out saying, that's awesome. Let's talk. Um, we determined last time that Adley is not a Boris client, right?
No,
But
but
the other two are. Yeah.
yeah, I think they've offered Adley a number of contracts, and I think he's holding out. And um, at least 28. And he's not Yadier Molina. He's not. Um, I can't really think of any other older. Oh, Salvador Perez. Like his days at catcher are few and far between. He's got probably 3 or 4 more years left where he's a full time catcher.
Yep.
So
He is right now. I'm looking at a side by side. He is roughly Matt Wieters right now from a production standpoint.
yeah, yeah.
He's gone down every year. He's regressed a little bit every year. He's
But
seems to be figuring it out so far this year.
give him his flat. He's figured out how to throw the ball to second base.
That's good.
Yeah, he's thrown a lot of guys out, or at least gotten. It's not like these weird lopey or like ground balls to second. So
Yeah. So that's been nice to see. But even when he gets hit, see, there's nobody on in front of him. Because Pete Alonso's not really doing much yet. Taylor Ward's getting on base.
no
He's
power.
horrible on defense. I don't know where the power went. He hit 30. Oh my God, he hit 46 home runs 3 years ago. 34, 38. He's hit 6 so far. I'll tell you what, 6. I thought he's hit a lot fewer than 6. I felt like he was sitting. Has he really hit 6 homers?
Who? Ward
Taylor Ward?
this
Oh, I
year?
just looked up Pete Alonso.
No, Taylor
Just
Ward's hit
kidding.
one.
This is Pete Alonso's stats. Yeah. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. Yeah, Taylor Ward, the power is gone. If it was ever there, what did he hit last year? Let's see.
I think he had 35 home runs last year.
Yeah, he hit 36 and
36.
25, but
Okay,
that
nailed it.
power's not there. He's hit a lot. He's leading the league in doubles. That's fun. But that's when he was leading off, and then Gunnar wasn't hitting behind him, and then they swapped him, and then Alonso isn't hitting behind him, or Adley's not doing any situational hitting. But his on base percentage is 423. He's got an 839 OPS. He needs to figure out how to play outfield again.
Well,
He's
that was always
it's
the big thing was
yeah. It, it's hard to say he's a bright spot because nothing seems bright on this team, but you have to say, at least offensively, he's been a relative bright spot because he hits and he gets on base. He just doesn't have the power, so it's not as shiny as it was.
with in 2025 in May, he hit 10 home runs and then 4, 5, 5, 6. And he kind of tapered off. So, and in 2024, he hit. Okay, so he's supposed to be a first half of the year hitter for home runs, and it's not happening. Uh, Fun fact: it says that he also plays third base.
Who cares? Put him anywhere.
Put him
Nobody
at
can play
third.
any defense. It doesn't matter.
Put him at
They're
third.
all horrible at it. And that's another thing that's incredibly frustrating. And I think we said it on our kind of first week, whatever, the last time we talked about the Orioles. When you look at the 2012, 2016, and the 2014 teams, was bullpen and defense. Bullpen and defense. So even if your team was slumping a little bit, you weren't having these games where a 4-3 game suddenly becomes 11-3 in the matter of one bullpen pitcher.
Uh,
It, I
yeah,
it, it's I get that they couldn't land a number one starter. In my heart of hearts, I really, really hope that Rodgers will figure it out and that Bradish will figure it out. I still believe in Shane Baz. I think I think he can be a decent 3 and 4. That seems to be that's what he's getting paid to do, right? He didn't get paid ace money. He's a middle of the rotation guy. He can do it. Chris Bassett had a good start.
he's a vet.
He's a vet.
He's gonna give you a 4-ish ERA. He's a dude. Stop walking so many people,
Yeah.
man.
The
Like,
the the
come on.
problem is your number 5 went down after one start in Eflin, out for the year. Then you brought in Kramer. He goes down,
And he also
right?
sucked.
Kramer's serviceable as a 5. Nope, he's hurt. So now you're running Cade Povich and Brandon Young, who are hit or miss, mostly miss.
I
So that's
I
your fifth
still
starter.
I still think they should give Trey Gibson another chance. I know they sent him down
Agreed.
yesterday. I thought he pitched pretty. I mean, he's a he's I think he's like 24 years old, and I mean, look, you got to learn the hard way that you don't throw a ball to right down the middle to a guy like Aaron Judge. But for the most part, he
Right.
pitched fairly well.
Yeah, he
Um,
pitched fine.
I I'm
And
going to give you a weird stat, a little weird, depressing stat. All right, strikeouts for the Orioles in 2026,
mm-mm.
321. They have walked 139 times. That's not good. That is,
That's not great.
mm-mm. I mean,
That's
the Red Sox won their World Series challenging pitchers to throw strikes every single time. They would foul the balls off. They would they were cool with walking, and they would get to the bullpen early and just start mashing on those guys. That's not happening with this team. I forget who said it. I listened to the video yesterday, but it's basically like the new analytics say swing as hard as you can, get at least three hard as you can swings to hit the ball out and see what happens. And they're not squaring up on the ball, and they're striking out.
yeah, because those 3 swings are happening on the first 3 pitches half the time. Like no
Yeah,
matter what.
unless you're
They
Cowser.
fall behind so much, and then they don't do anything different. They go, "Oh, this is the pitch. They're going to throw me a fastball." Why would they ever throw you a fastball? And then because they're professional pitchers, they'll look at Colton Cowser, who hasn't hit a breaking ball all year, which is true, a true stat. hasn't hit a breaking ball all year. They're going to go, all right, we're going to throw fastballs at you because you can't hit those either. You're expecting the breaking ball. You're trying to sit on one to square it up. So they throw fastballs by you, and there's no situational hitting. So it's, let me look at something real quick.
While you're looking it up, I sent it to you yesterday. I still think it's hilarious that the Yankees had so much confidence that, like, I'm just going to throw a fastball every single time the cows are, and he's still not going to do anything about it. But he had a good day because I guess the pitcher that was the starter yesterday for the Yankees, I don't remember his name, is basically just a pure fastball thrower, which is right up Cowser's alley. But yeah,
So I'm going to say something, and it's partially because of, I think, the potential that the Red Sox have with their pitching staff because of, I don't know about the Angels. And the same with the Astros, the potential that the Astros have. They have some good players on their team. The Orioles are the worst team in the American League right now. They're not worst by record, but
on
just
paper, yeah,
on, yeah. I think I saw that they have the second worst run differential in the league. I know getting blown out by the Yankees 3 times certainly doesn't help with
four
that.
times.
Well, they didn't get blown out 4 times, did they?
Yes, they did.
They lost all 4, but did they get
No,
blown
they
out
got
all
blown
4?
out all 4 games.
Oh my God. Okay, so that doesn't help. But they never led once in that
Seven,
series.
seven to
Not
two, nine
once.
to four, 11-3, and 12-1.
Okay, the 9 to
Those were
4
not.
is I mean,
Don't you dare! No, don't you
it's
dare! Don't you
blowout
dare!
ish.
No, it's a
Yeah.
blowout.
Okay. They're the worst team in the American League, especially from an expectation standpoint. Like, okay, we're not necessarily saying that they were going to eclipse the Yankees. I thought their floor was 87 wins. I thought their floor was a playoff team, and now their floor is last place.
And I, I, I'll have to look, but I'm pretty confident that their wins aren't against good teams.
All right, they won the Twin Series, right?
Um,
Yep, the first
yes,
series of
they
the year
did
they
two of
won.
one.
Yep.
They're not well. They're good. Royals are mid. Astros are bad.
Hmm.
They swept the White Sox.
Bad
They,
team. Yep.
yep. They lost the series to the Diamondbacks, Red Sox, uh,
Bad
Cleveland,
team.
Yankees, Pittsburgh,
Bad.
Texas, and
Well,
they beat the Giants.
yeah. I
Pittsburgh's.
mean, they're fine. Yeah, they're just not good. They don't do anything well. They don't do anything well. And then they throw these lineups out there. Like, I'm perfectly fine with sitting Gunner for a day.
Agreed.
Fine. He's pressing, whatever. But then to just do this Brandon Hyde bullshit where it's like, oh, there's a lefty on the mound. Let's throw every righty we have out there. And those righties include Weston Wilson and Tyler O'Neill. Weston Wilson might be the worst defender I've ever seen in my life.
I 100% agree, but he swings a good enough bat that against the lefty, I'm completely okay with just slapping him in the outfield. Third base, even though Kobe Mayo might be one of the
Trash. Yep.
worst players I've ever seen swing a bat, I'd rather have Wilson, and I don't care.
I
I
I had a
can't watch
thought.
Cowser swing.
Colton Cowser is not a Major League Baseball player. Let's just end that. Let's just
Yep,
end it. He had
yep.
2 weeks that it was fun, and everybody dressed up his cows, and everybody said,
He's
"Moo,
got a fun
great."
name. He's got a real fun
Yeah, it's
name. He
funny,
can't
great. Get
swing
him
for
out.
shit.
The milkman. He sucks. Get him out. He's the
Put him on the
milk.
bananas.
Uh, oh.
They'll love him there.
Anyway, maybe we'll cover that another day. Um, I've lost my train of thought. We were talking about Colton Cows, about Kobe Mayo. Kobe Mayo. I had a thought the other day. It's obviously not true. Well, I'm not going to say it's obviously not true because it really seems like it. I feel like his bat is too short. I know he's a tall guy, but he can't hit anything outside. And when he's holding his bat, I'm like, is that a child's bat? Because you can't hit anything over there. It
Yeah,
just looks so tiny.
well, his whole swing is weird. I don't know. Like last year, he had that weird it looked like a hiccup with his foot thing that I think he fixed, but like I don't know. It just
It's here's the thing is,
unnatural.
growing up playing baseball and whatever, all the coaches tell you you have to have a compact swing. But I feel like there's a limit to that. And I think part of the reason, and I'm just making this up. I'm not a fucking scout, but I'm just making this up because he sucks. I'm trying to give him an excuse here. His swing is too compact, which is why he misses everything outside. It's not the bat, it's him. But that's also why when he does get a hold of one, he smacks it to left field. Like that homer he hit in Kansas City was an absolute moonshot because it was in his wheelhouse. But anything outside of that very tiny wheelhouse, he can't hit. And that's my scouting report on Kobe Mayo.
I would rather have Mark Reynolds back. And if you look at his stats, I think Mark Reynolds had a bad rap. But I mean, yeah, Kobe Mayo looked just
Well,
he
Mark
will
Reynolds, yeah, go ahead.
he yeah. I mean, Mayo is not. I think he's a decent. He's getting much better at first base, but yeah, third base is still like an absolute heart attack. I don't know.
Yeah, Mark Reynolds, he struck out a lot. He only hit like 230. He didn't walk a lot, but
Got
he
a
hit
billion
40
times.
home runs.
Yeah,
Kobe Mayo's got two, three. I don't know. Like, hit the ball. Nobody can.
hit Seaball hit. Well, okay, so I will say the one thing I will give credit to Taylor Ward. I think Taylor Ward has not changed his swing. It is the old Manny Machado saying when he first came up. You don't change your swing. The home runs will come. It's okay if you hit a double in the hot of the summer. It will turn into home runs. That he's the only one that wants to just continue to make contact and not strike out.
Right.
Well, he does strike out a lot, but it's 29 walks, 24 strikeouts. That's that's the bar that every player should be trying to hit.
Yeah, I agree. All right, so let's do this then. What There's obviously what can be done to make them better? Everything different. That's number one,
No,
right? Do everything the opposite of what you're doing right now. Okay. Do you have any leftover hope here?
I we said this a couple weeks ago that in May we will start to care about baseball. Not a good start to
Nope.
the month of May at
Not the
all.
worst start you
The
can have.
probably yeah, probably the worst. Um, but it's getting hot out. This is real baseball weather. This is when the confidence will start to get high. Yeah, I mean, I remember several years ago that the Guardians, I think, won like a billion in a row. The Nationals won a billion in a row. The Dodgers, and it usually started around May. You kind of get a little grace in April, but I mean, the biggest thing is there needs to be an adult in the room to basically go to these guys and say, change your whole fucking approach. Get on base, swing at good pitches, stop trying to hit the ball out, just make contact,
Yeah.
quality contact.
You know what it is? I think the movie's a little bit overrated, but it's enjoyable. Moneyball, right? I enjoy it's a fine movie. Um Michael Elias took it a little too seriously, I think. But
Well, the other guy, the rocket scientist,
yeah, whatever. Oh yeah, that guy.
Sid.
Ugh. Sid. Get him out. Sig, right? SIG?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Um he needs to do the Billy Bean thing. Remember when Jeremy Giambi, RIP, was dancing on the thing after they had just lost a bunch of games and Billy Bean went in and hit the radio with the bat? Do that with their phones because they're talking about fucking Clash of Clans
And
and all that crap.
Legos and
Throwing
goddamn.
Legos, throw them out. Do you remember Lamar said take this shit out, the ping pong tables and stuff, and
Yep.
then they went and they
Yep.
shut out the Bengals. Do that, and
No.
then somebody was like, no, put probably Harbaugh. Oh no, we want a culture of whatever here. Now, screw that. So we're going to transition in a minute. But you're right. Somebody needs to go in there and be the adult in the room. And I think it should be Mike Elias, just like I said, a la Billy Bean, and basically say, I hired you all. You are being paid all of this money to be better than this, and you guys need to fucking figure it out because
Yes.
my
My
balls are
job's
on
on
the
the line.
line here. Yeah.
And look, there always needs to be someone kind of like, the asshole in the room to really call these things out. I mean, it's usually the manager, but it seems like the manager role has changed to being basically your college roommate best friend, where it's just, hey man, you just gotta keep your chin up, dude, and just just live your life. There needs to be somebody just go in and like say, if you want this ping pong table, Gunner, you need to hit at least 280 for the next week, and then we will talk about getting the ping
Well,
pong table back.
I also think they should just take the ping pong table out because there's already too many people getting Tommy John surgery. We don't need some tennis elbow up in here right now. Okay, and so before we transition, because we're running out of time a little bit, because Josh is on a tight schedule.
Yeah, because kids got bedtime, dark out.
Yes, nighttime. Um, I lost my
Here's
train of thought.
here's how I would fix this team ASAP, but I can't because everybody gets fucking injured on this team. Got it, Enrique, my man. I don't know if you need to get deer antler spray, but you got to get healthy so you can be the everyday center fielder for at least a couple weeks. Defensively, you can at least play in the majors. Offensively, it's a shitstorm. Trey Gibson, bring him up, keep him up for a couple starts, see if he's going to be your fifth starter until you know a couple of the other guys like Kramer and them get healthy again. Even though I don't know, jury's still out on Kramer. Um, then yeah, no more home runs. No more swinging for home runs. You swing for line drives.
Be a professional hitter.
Yeah,
Okay. Exit
go with the
velocity
pitch.
can go to hell. I
Yeah,
don't care how fast the ball gets into the field. Just get it into the field. Chris Davis had the slowest swing on the face of the earth, and he hit 50 goddamn homers. I don't know if that's
right.
actually true, but it seemed like it because he had a
It
long bat. Hey,
yeah.
Kobe Mayo, find Chris Davis's bat.
I think he used
Stop
his
using your little
glove.
short kid thing. Okay, all right. My only solace is I really do, in my heart of hearts, think that Trevor Rogers will get it together and Bradish will get it together. Then I think they and Bassett will be Bassett. I think he's going to be a mid-3 ERA guy. He's going to eat the innings. Blah blah blah. I really hope Helsley isn't Tommy John hurt, but elbow tightness. Don't like that.
Don't like that.
Yeah, I really think that can get it together, and they can get that together, and then the bats just have to come around. Let the pitching do their job. But I'm not really confident in any of that. I'm just hopeful. So,
Yeah, yeah.
well, it's only May, but
It's
we were
only
in the
me.
same position last year. It's only May, and they never figured it out. And this is a more frustrating team than last year's. So, all right, let's transition when we get our heart rate down a little bit. The Ravens draft picks. I didn't watch a single second of the draft because I hate the NFL draft.
Agreed.
I think it can all be done by email. And that's that. So, how do we want to do this? Just want to do let's just do thoughts. I'll start with this one. Okay.
Um,
Okay. You go.
First off, you are a legit psychopath if you go in person to the NFL draft, bar none. I don't care what anyone says. You're psychotic.
Here's where I'll agree with you, and then I'll disagree with you. I will disagree if, in this case, Pittsburgh. You're from Pittsburgh. It's a cool thing. It's a big party happening. Like all the bars were doing stuff. Like I'd go. I'm not going to sit there and watch every round, but I'd go enjoy the fair. In the fanfare. Grab some beers. What deals do we have? Maybe watch the first couple picks and go. All right, I've seen everything I need to see, and then go. I'm not staying for the whole draft, but I'll go just to see.
Nope,
Okay.
nope, not wasting
That's
my
so
time.
that's where I'll disagree with you. I will agree with you if you are an out of town fan who is flying or driving to go to the NFL draft and look at all these guys where more than half of them will almost never see more than 10 freaking snaps in the NFL.
Yep.
It's uh so
Anyways,
anyway, I'll be done
s-
with email.
so
So,
so
you
I
want to go first?
liked.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So
yeah.
overall, I think the somehow the Ravens were put in the perfect position, and it seems like as usual, with either getting Vega, Bain, or Sadiq.
Mhm.
Um, I said it forever. They got to find a way to protect Lamar Jackson. I still don't think they've done enough to protect Lamar Jackson, but they got an
Mhm.
absolute beast with Vega. He is the perfect person to help solidify this offensive line, but obviously they still need to do more. I was really hoping that somehow they got back in and got Bane, whatever. Ryan Young seems like he's another, classic Ravens player, not the
Yep.
hardball Ravens player where it's the,
I was
you
going to
know,
talk about that. Yep.
yeah, yeah. But I'll end with this. Another thing that I hope they're done with is the whole posting of the phone calls with the players. Um, because the Zion Young one at some points were hilarious. Other times it was extremely uncomfortable. You just him going, let's get it. How you thinking? How you doing? Let's get it. Let's get, like, dude.
Yeah.
All right, he's wants to celebrate with his family. Just hang up and go
Yeah,
home.
Jacoby Lane, and then I think it was the guy from Duke. Both said, "Send me the play." Every coach, they were like, "Send me the playbook. Send me the playbook." I
Yeah.
thought that was funny, but I agree on those phone calls. Two things: one, for those videos, I don't need to see the phone call from every single coach, from
Mm-hmm.
EDC down through the position coach. Don't. That's too many. They're saying the same thing. Don't need to see it.
Uh-huh.
Just do the first. Second thing is, we were talking about a guy we used to work with, won't name names here, how the first time I went and worked with him, remember how I said he leaned back in his chair very uncomfortably? DaCosta did that for every single phone call as
Mm-hmm.
soon as he picked up
Yep.
the phone, and it was
I,
driving me
yep.
nuts.
Yep.
Driving me nuts.
I
Okay, I know. Oh, my heart rate again. But okay, let's not do that. Let's not do that. We're woo-sawing, right? We're woo-sawing.
Yeah.
Here's what
Future.
I
This
think.
is the next team we're going to
Here's
pay attention to.
exactly. Well, Carolina Hurricanes. But so I like the Vega pick. He's big. He's seeing the film, the highlights all looks fancy. I know they were all loving that one video where was it after an Ohio State game? I don't know if it was before or after the game where he was helped the guy push the cart. Did you see that video?
Well, yeah, yeah,
He
yeah,
hopped over the wall. You know
yeah.
what? I'll say it. I don't want that. I wanted him to go over and flip the cart because he was pissed off that they lost.
And also,
But
fuck the nerds.
that's okay. We don't whatever. And that's leaning into Jesse Minter saying, I want this defense to be loud and obnoxious. I love that. Enough of this crap. Marlon, you better figure it out. Just stop being weird.
Well, did you see? Apparently, I don't know
I think
why.
it's a joke. He keeps saying he's
Okay. God damn
unemployed.
it.
I think
I
it's a
hope he
joke.
is.
We got a pair of Zions now. Zion Young on the edge in Baltimore and Zion Ely on the edge at Maryland. All
Yeah.
right, I like them both. I like Jacoby Lane's height. I think I saw the one video of him going up to get that ball. Now I've seen a lot of overreactions on minicamp. I saw somebody posted there it was like a half speed drill that the running backs were doing, and some Bengals fan hopped on and was like, Lamar has no more excuses. Looking, it's like, what? One mini camp drill. Okay, so I like Jacoby Lane, but I've said that a lot about a lot of wide receivers. I'm tired of hyping up wide receivers. Somebody just be good and hold
Right.
on to the damn ball.
Right.
Okay. Then they
Flowers.
picked another wide receiver for Indiana. I don't really care about him. I'm not really big on this tight end fella, like Hibner. I don't know
Yeah.
what they see in him, but fine, whatever. It's a fourth, fifth round pick, whatever it was, third round, second round. I don't care. Um,
They need a
Chandler
center.
Rivers is the Duke guy. Fine. Cornerbacks. I think cornerbacks are kind of like bullpen guys. You're going to find good ones every now and then in the middle of nowhere. So maybe we'll see. We'll see about him. This is going to sound goofy. Well, let me before I say that. Yet again, we're hitting up a rookie punter because Stout went with Harbaugh. I hope this fella from Michigan State can have a little bit better of a start to his career than Stout did. Stout was like our worst rated player his rookie year by position.
To
So,
be fair,
yeah,
he didn't need to punt a lot because that's how good our
that's
offense
true.
was.
That's true. So, um, here's what I'm going to say. The one guy that I'm fired up about is Evan Bernstein. He was the last pick that they made, pick 253, 6'3", 301 from Northwestern, but he played in the Missouri Valley Football Conference. He played for South Dakota State. He was honorable mention All Big Ten. He is a country boy.
That's what you need.
He is big man. Get up there, put him. Maybe I don't know if he's going to be
The
the
next
center.
Floyle.
Put him in there, right? he is going to protect Lamar. He probably doesn't like Lamar for specific reasons, but damn it,
You don't need it.
that's his quarterback, and he's going to protect him, and he's going to fight somebody. I want him starting. That's that's my that's what I'm fired up about. Evan Bernstein. So we'll see how this works out. Hopefully he makes the team. Some camp's going to start at some point. I don't really care. Okay. This
We'll
was a
wrap.
passionate episode.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
I will say that Adam Randall, the running back, I think is an interesting pick. A lot of people said that like because I think he was a quarterback and then or a wide receiver that converted into a running back, which that they need that opposite of Derrick Henry, who can go out, catch the ball, and be a different type of running back, kind of like what Keaton Mitchell was. Which why they let him go, still can't figure that out. But fine, whatever. You want him gone, go. But Adam
Yeah.
Randall will be a good kind of plug for that replacement.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I
I like this draft. It was a good
Yeah,
draft,
it
except
was
for the
fine.
tight end.
I would say one quick thing I saw that the NFL delayed their schedule release by a few
No,
weeks,
we'll
so it's
lose
now
sleep
going to be
over
released
that.
May 18th. Somebody posted their theory that I buy into fully. Posted by I love Dak 69 said he thinks that the NFL used AI to make their schedule and it was a complete disaster and they had to redo it.
I fully
I'm
believe
in.
that.
I believe that.
100%.
I believe
Ravens
that.
play the Steelers 3 weeks in a row.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
All right. Good
All
episode.
right.
Good episode.
Cool.
All right. Enjoy
Mm,
putting your child to sleep because it's
yeah.
nighttime.
She's crying upstairs.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Make sure to like and subscribe, everybody.
Okay,
Okay. All
bye.
right. See you later.
Bye.